man, you know we be doing that Cowboys football. But as I told you, man, we hitting them high school ranks, and man, we've been having a slew, and I'm talking about a slew of great interviews. Please go check out the page, Big Game James. Y'all a lot of great young men that we've been having on the channel. But I got somebody else today, Mr. Ethan Fry. And let me tell you this, I'm just gonna call this dude Mr. Versatile, because when you see this guy got his tape, this dude played quarterback, receiver, special teams, safety. This dude does it all, man. And once you check out him, you're gonna really like him. But I'm gonna let him kind of tell you about himself. So how you doing, Mr. Ethan? Tell me a little bit about yourself.
I'm doing good. My name's Ethan Fry. I play at Fredonia High School. I grew up in Texas. I moved here in seventh grade. Been playing football ever since. Yeah, that's about it.
Okay. Well, let's jump right into the questions, man, because like I said, I'm going to call you Mr. Versatility, because when I looked at your tape, you was first team all league as a receiver. You had 37 catches for 512 yards, 13.8 yards a catch, and you had 9 touchdowns. But why I call you Mr. Versatile, because you also had some defensive tape where I seen you picking interceptions out the sky, taking them back to the house. You got an arm. We've seen a little bit at camp, and you whipping 60-yard bombs and hitting them right on the money, and you playing punt returner. What do you kind of is receiver your trade, or do you kind of take pride in that you can play multiple positions for your team?
Actually, I grew up my whole life playing quarterback, but last year we obviously had Nick Whitfield, and he's a great athlete too.
Yeah,
So
he was nice.
I made the switch over the receiver, and I kind of prided myself on being able to be that versatile athlete, like you said, like take over that receiver role, safety role, and like do whatever my team needed to win. So I feel like I'm a pretty versatile player, and I take a lot of pride in that because there's not a lot of guys that can play quarterback, receiver, punt returner, safety, and like be exceptionally good at all of them.
I totally agree with that. And like I said, when I seen your tape, it backs up what you're saying. Now, you said you played quarterback all your life. Now, the guy that was your quarterback that you just mentioned, was he a senior? Are you what's going on with that position right there?
Yeah, he's a senior. He's graduating this year. He is actually committed to St. Francis University on a full
Hmm.
scholarship. So
Okay.
obviously he was a pristine athlete, and I learned a lot from him last year. So I think I'm going to be able to use that stuff that I learned from him and bring it in my senior year. So looking forward to it.
Okay. So you're going to be, so if I've been getting this right, are you going to be the starting quarterback this season?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. So now I want to jump into this because, like I said, you were first team all league as a receiver. You took pride in that. Now that you're playing quarterback this year, you're the guy. All right, and I seen how nice you are at the safety position, man. Like I said, you got a lot of good ball skills, playmaking skills, and you got good size at 6'3". Colleges will look at that and say, "Whoa, 6'3" safety. Hey, we're gonna look at that now." Going into this year, are you going to play safety, or are you just going to solely focus on quarterback this season?
I think the game plan for this year is like our really big important games, like those big league games. I'm going to be at safety, but those like non-league games, those lighter schedule games, we're going to keep me off the field, try and keep me healthy, keep me for the
Right,
playoffs.
right. Now, going into college, obviously you're a senior, right? Going into college, what would be your position of choice if colleges were looking at you? What would be your position of choice?
Honestly, that's a hard question because I like playing all three of my positions. I have
Hmm.
love for all of them. So honestly, I've kind of been marketing myself as an athlete, not just a position, because I
Hmm.
can go wherever a college needs me to go, and I'm going to excel at that position. So I don't really
Okay.
have a position of choice.
Okay, well that's good because colleges like that, because colleges like versatility. Coaches love versatility, especially when you got a kid saying, "Hey, I can do whatever." And like you said, I won't just be able to do whatever. I can go in there and be good at the position. But I'm not gonna lie. I seen you throwing the ball. I was like, "Wow, this dude got an arm." I seen you playing receiver. You nice, but just for me, I'm a defensive guy. When I coach defense in basketball and football. I like your safety, dog. I'm gonna just keep it real. I like the way your size, the way your playmaking ability. You can take it to the house, kind of like that Harrison Smith type of safety out there with the Minnesota Vikings. So I'm just saying, you do you, Ethan. But me, I'm like, oh boy, safety look really good if you went to college and played that. Just me. You know what I'm saying? So let's jump into a few other things. This is your senior season. What's kind of your personal goals that you have for yourself and your team?
For the team, we want to get back to where we were last year. We made it to the stadium and we fell short. And I don't
Mm-hmm.
want to just stop at the stadium this year. I want to keep going. I want to make it all the way to Syracuse. So that's the goal for the team. I mean, a lot of people think since we lost a couple seniors, we're rebuilding this year. We're reloading and we're coming back stronger than we were last year.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's the goal for the team and for myself. I'm just looking to have a good season, do whatever it takes for my team to win. Got to do my part. That's about it.
Okay, now do you have any personal stats? I'm not saying you want to be an individual, but I know every young man wants to say, "Hey, I kind of want to hit this. I kind of want to do this." You had 9 touchdowns last season. Is there anything that you want to embark on? Maybe like a personal goal, statistic wise.
I really want to keep my touchdown to like turnover ratio like really good this year. Like I want to have the least amount of interceptions I can because
Mm-hmm.
back in my freshman year, sophomore year when I played, that was a big problem for me. So I want to try and keep that down and keep my touchdowns where they've been at. So big touchdown to interception ratio. That's my goal.
Okay. Now, what would be your strength at the quarterback position? Quarterback, you're the man. I mean, you're the guy that everybody's following. You're the one that's going to lead the team. What some of the things are you can say your characteristics or your strengths that you can really bring to the table for your team this year?
I think I can really do it all because, as you know, like I'm an athlete. I can run the ball, so defense is going to have to worry about that. And I got an
Mhm.
arm, so like we can air it out if we need to. So I don't think teams are going to be able to just key in on one type of thing, like because we can throw it short, we can throw it deep, we can run it. We got the best line in the section, so no one's going to be able to stop us no matter what we do.
Okay, and you said you have a versatile type offense where you really like to really open it up. So you're really going to challenge these defenses this year from your angle. Am I correct with I'm saying that?
Yeah, we run a really college like type of offense. Like we go no huddle. We're on the
Hmm.
ball. We're switching concepts up every play. Like we don't stick to just one little thing every game. Like it's switching week by week. We break down film every week and we make a playbook for that team. So I think it's going to be hard for teams to stop us.
I like that because that actually preps you for college and getting ready for the college scene. So I really like that. I like that. And I like when coaches do that and they don't just make it basic and say, hey, we just have this player and we're just going to run this type of offense because of this player. I like when you're keeping the defense on his heels and always can be versatile and do a lot of things. So I really like that from that aspect. Now, one quick question. You are into your senior season. I think I seen you at a camp when you were throwing the ball. Are you intending any camps this season?
Yeah, I'm going to a couple UB camps and SFU camps. I've been marketing myself as mostly an offensive threat, so receiver and quarterback, but I think I might push for quarterback at these camps just because, I mean, I got an arm. Airing it out, it's going to catch some eyes, some people's
Yeah.
attention.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, and you ain't lying about that arm. I seen that one highlight you threw, and man, it was so good. I told my girl, I was like, "Hey, man, come over here and look at this dude." I was like, "This dude threw it. He just threw it, and it was on the money, dog. And it looked like you weren't even trying. So that's going to really help you. Now, you're 6'3". What about your weight? Because if you are playing quarterback, I'm sure they're going to want you a certain type of size. What's your size looking like as far as after your height?
I'm about 6'3", 180,
Mm-hmm.
so it's not as much as I'd like it to be. Basketball,
Mm-hmm.
slimmed me out a little bit, but we're
Right.
back in the bulk season. We're in the gym. We're gaining weight rapidly,
Right.
so the goal is
That's
195, 200 before the season starts.
Okay, that's what's up, and it can definitely be attained. So that's no big deal. Now, you mentioned a couple of camps that you said you were getting ready to attend. What do you really want? I know, obviously, you said you want to show them that you got an arm and play a little bit of quarterback. But what other things do you want the college coaches to really know about Ethan Fry and what he can really bring to the table if they were potentially recruiting you as a student athlete at their school?
I want to know how much of like a leader I am and how much of a game changer I am. I can show them like I'm athletic and stuff and all these drills, but at the end of the day, I want to be a leader coming into a program. So at these camps, I try and really make myself known as a leader and try and market myself as that because coaches look at that a lot.
Yeah, they definitely look at that, and leadership is huge, especially if you're playing quarterback. Now, I just mentioned some schools. Are you the type of kid that you said you were born and raised in Texas? Obviously, you're in New York, big change right there. So, are you a guy that wants to say, "Hey, I'll go anywhere as far as schools"? Do you want to go back to Texas? Where do you kind of feel with that?
I ain't go anywhere, but honestly, if I had the chance, I'd want to go back to Texas and go to UT. That's been my dream school since I was little. It'll always have a special place in my heart.
All right, that's real nice. Hey, I like this because we Texas boys over here, so I'm already feeling that. When he told me he was from Texas, I said, "All right, this already gonna be a good interview because we already got the vibe." You feel me? So I like that already. Now, give me somebody maybe before we get ready to head off of here. Give me maybe like a role model, or does Ethan Fry look up to anybody that maybe kind of motivates him, maybe makes him want to get up every day? Do you have any kind of mentors that you kind of look up to that kind of make you feel like this kind of pushes me on a daily basis?
My mom, she kind of does everything for me. So everything that I do, it's for her. Like get her
Hmm.
out. I don't want her to have to pay any more bills when I get out of her house. I don't want her to have to do anything. I want to switch the roles and have her take care of like me take care of her because she's done everything for me. She does everything she can for me. Like she always puts me first. So I want to make it out so like I can help my mom, stuff like
Hey,
that.
we love hearing that. And every young man I've had on here, whenever I say, "Hey, do you have any mentors, anything?" they always say a mama. And that's what we love hearing, man. If we ain't have mama, man, we don't know what we do out here in these streets, right? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So I was also wanted to ask you about grades. Obviously, we talked to a lot of the young men about their grades, potential schools they're looking for academic wise. Do you have that information as far as your GPA? And if you do, what kind of school are you looking for academic wise, and what subject or anything? Let's say outside of football. Let's say you want to go beyond football. What will be Ethan Fry looking at?
I'm sitting about at like a 3.0 GPA, so not the best, not the worst.
You can get it up though. You're gonna get that up, so we ain't
Exactly.
tripping.
We're getting it up. But I really want to go into personal training or physical therapy if football doesn't work out. And I've been taking a couple college classes and interning with some personal trainers, setting myself up for that career after
Mm-hmm.
football. But obviously, football is the first goal. And
Right.
if that doesn't work out, I'm looking to stay in sports because sports is my life. So keep it in the weight room, go with it.
Hey, I like that. You already look like you could be a personal trainer for real, for real. If we're just keeping it real from my perspective. But if I'm bouncing off what you're saying, I feel you. I've kind of been sports oriented all my life. That's what I've loved. That's what I've done my whole life. Played it, coached it, everything. So I always want to be involved of it, even in a career wise. I guess that's why I'm doing this right now because I want to stay involved in it because that's the passion, and I can see that oozing from yourself that there's a lot of passion in what you believe in as far as football and even outside of football. So it looks like you're headed to a very great start as far as where you're headed, college and beyond. So I really appreciate you jumping on here, Ethan, man, telling me your story. As I told a lot of the young men, we're going to continue to chart your season this season. We're going to have another interview mid-season to see where you're at. And then at the end of the season, how you had your own personal goals and team goals. And we'll see if those were met at the end of the season. So a lot of the audience will be able to interject and see that because we'll go do a live interview because I want you to be able to answer the questions when the people are actually in there. And because I know they be having a lot of questions for you guys. So just continue to do your thing, man. I'm really excited for it. Any shout outs do you want to give before you head out here? Some of your friends, to coaches, teammates, anything like that? Do you want to give any shout outs?
Shout out to my coaches and my teammates. Without them, I want to be where I'm at. So shout out to them.
Okay. And once again, what is the high school that you attend so the people can know?
Fredonia High School. It's in Western New York, just outside of Buffalo. Best team in Section 6.
There it is. And one last thing. I know it had to, how do you feel about that extreme? You went from Texas, was hot, it's 100 and something right now, to Buffalo, New York, where it is cold, snow everywhere. So the extreme changes. How do you deal with that? How do you deal with that?
Oh, the first couple years it was awful. In winter, I was quadruple layered. I was staying in the house. I was next to the heater the whole day. I wasn't going anywhere, but it's gotten better. I still don't like the 5 feet of snow we get every winter, but it's
Man,
tolerable now.
Hey, that's why I feel you when you're like, hey, my dream is to go play for UT because I want to get. Oh, hey, I love you, Buffalo, love my squad, but I need my heat. I need the heat, hot weather. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm living in Ohio. It don't get cold like it used to, but still, it's colder than Texas. You feel me? And I don't
Yeah.
like it. You know what I mean? So I definitely feel you on that aspect, man. So, man, great. I had a great time with you today, man. Much success, much injury free, all that good stuff. We want to see you do the best that you are going to be, Ethan, and especially at that quarterback position. I like how you're versatile. I love you at the defensive side, but I definitely want to see how you're going to play that quarterback position. I know you're going to take it by the horns and really guide your team to a possible championship this season. We're going to speak it in the air that you guys get all the way there, that you take it all the way to the house, and I love to see we're going to chart that here. So I really appreciate it. So for myself, Big Game James, Mr. Ethan Fry, make sure you check him out this season because he's going to do a lot of great things. So for Generation Next, we're out. We'll be talking to you soon.